All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roulette Rivals 18 Winners Bracket Round 1 match between ThatObserver and T-Nort. And I'm joined for this shoutcast by the one and only Yanini. Hello, Yanini.
Hello, Barb. Very glad to be here once again.
I'm glad to have you, and glad to be casting another match. Just as a quick heads up, to anybody in the stream, it looks like my internet bitrate is struggling a little bit. It's kind of up and down. That might result in some lag spikes, so hopefully it's not too disruptive to the stream. You might need to refresh every now and again just to stay caught up on the action. But having said that, looks like Observer's still offline. Is he coming on here? Oh, there he is. Nope, still offline.
Oh, yeah, I've asked him about that. So
oh wait,
yeah,
there he goes. It looks like he's live now. He is live, okay. But
perfect.
streams aren't playing. There we go.
Observer had some technical issues before this match, but I had to restart his PC. But he is live now indeed, and it seems to be resolved. So we're looking all good to start this match.
Yes, real quick, lifetime statistics. Observer's been here 16 times, 8 wins, 8 losses. T-Nort 18 times, 6 wins, 12 losses. The first spin is here. Take it away, Yanini.
We have for Sierra Knox Pistol as Ion Mechanic, and for Robert Knox Drowning as Subterranean Neo Mechanic.
Ooh, fun. All right, two of the... these are unique disguises, I think. There's only one of each of these guys on the map.
Of the drivers, yes. Of the mechanics, can be multiple. So I think there are like 4 of the total Neo mechanics.
Oh yeah, but I think there's just the one Aeon mechanic though, working on the car by himself, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm always confused with the Swark mechanics and Eon mechanics, but I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so they both planned their loadouts and are both loading in. Looks like T-Nort's going for the waiter start. Going to poison that shot there, the hot shot, and that should bring Sierra into the garage in like 30 seconds or something like that. And Observer still loading, but also loading into the same start, going to be doing the sugar, it looks like, instead of poisoning the hot shot. So not as loadout dependent, because obviously you got to have something to poison the shot with right off the start there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Can definitely be useful if you really need a lot of loadout items. I don't think it's too big of a restriction here. You do need an medic for Robert, and you kind of want to bring a pistol anyway, so that's not really a big issue. As you correctly said, this Eon mechanic is the lone person in this garage. T-Nort's still opting for a black. Yeah, it's not a, he will not get found, but if you don't know that, then it's definitely not a bad idea to better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it knocks him out and lets you take his disguise, so may as well. So Observer is going in, luring the Kronstadt mechanic back to the generator there so that he can successfully pour sugar into the gas tank to sabotage Sierra, but Nort will not have to do that because poisoning the shot, brings Sierra into the garage on its own. So kind of 2 different ways to achieve the same outcome.
Yes. If you do get the sugar in right away, it is a little bit faster. I do assume actually that T-Nort will be a bit faster here because it said he doesn't have to knock out and whatever, and the time that Observer spent grabbing the Eon mechanic and now this mechanic and then the whole cutscene, which will take nearly like 25 seconds. It will put him a bit on the back foot. It's not going to be too much, but T-Nort will be a little bit faster.
Yep, so there goes Sierra, and boom, headshot. So Sierra down, that's 1 kill complete, and now heading to grab the Subterraneo mechanic, and then get Robert if he doesn't get himself found trespassing first.
Ooh, that is rough.
Why did I do that, motherfucker, dude?
Dang. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Alright, now there goes Observer getting the kill. So just a few seconds behind.
Yeah, he was looking. Yeah, T-Nort was looking better. Was quicker for sure, but he wasn't sure which exit to take because as soon as you kill Sierra, those mechanics do start moving, and then you need to take the other door outside. But I think he was a bit unsure, and if you are unsure, then you go back and forth, and then in the end you have an undesirable outcome.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be caught out in the open, making your decision like, oh, do I go left? Do I go right? It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us, but usually doesn't end well, as we saw. It just ended that way for T-Nort. But Observer now going to be working on getting himself one of these. It looks like there's two in here.
So
Maybe
yeah.
in the Subterraneo pit here to grab one of these mechanics.
Yeah, there is
He's-
a third one that cycles in and out of this garage. So
Oh, sure, yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
a little bit careful here.
That
There's
must be
also a
why
fourth
he's
one.
using
Yeah.
the banana there to knock him out without having to worry about hiding his body anywhere.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now I have to look out for those crowd enforcers, but very nice, got that disguise, and can now just stroll over to Robert.
And stroll
See
he
him
shall.
count.
Now, he does have to worry about cams. He's got himself some camera trouble, but that's no big deal. It usually never is on Miami. Just a little point of cleanup that he needs to make sure he doesn't forget, which I don't think he will.
Yes, I don't think so either. As you said, just if you have a pistol, then of course becomes quite simple. Now you will still shoot the laptop, as you very often see in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
because we'll get Robert very close to the bathroom that you want to, that is close to this laptop and also close to the exit, and so you can make him sick and pretty much immediately drown him afterwards. So that is
Yeah,
very
I
convenient.
don't see anything going wrong here. If I'm being honest, it would be it would be a miracle if and not a good miracle if something wouldn't go right here. Maybe missing a secret dart, but again, I just don't see that happening.
No, he got this. Of course, needs to be a little bit careful for the guard that Robert has with him. I do think he waits outside, so you don't. But of course, you gotta be a bit careful anyway, because you need to escape, and you're of course not allowed here. But you can see right now that the guard is posted up even outside outside the whole bathroom, not even outside the toilet. So that should be fine. But the exit is kind of blocked by this other guard, so Op's gonna that's a very nice throw actually. So the guard will come check that out, but on the inside, so that means the path to the exit is all free. But he still hasn't taken care of the cameras. Probably has remembered that now.
Is he gonna use the shotgun for it? Oh my goodness.
No, luckily just the pistol. But he needs a shotgun for the exit, and there we go.
That makes more sense.
Very nice.
All right, that's going to be
GG.
GG's for Observer, taking the first point here in this 1-6. Miami is complete, and now we are moving to Nort's choice, which is Paris.
It indeed is. Yeah, I think just a small little mistake by T-Nort on Miami, just like was a bit unsure, and such a little mistake can rip your run, and then yeah, it's unfortunate for him because as you can see as well, the second run he would have been faster, from his route. So, but that is the way of roulette. A small mistake can cost you the map.
That's how it goes, definitely, especially up against a player like Observer. He's very efficient, very well practiced, knows many different parts of the Hitman tech and some of the level specific considerations. It's very likely that a player like Observer will capitalize upon any slight mistakes or sloppiness on the part of the whoever's facing up against Observer. So you really got to bring your best efforts. But we'll probably see Nort just try to get it done, or maybe not. Nope. just going to go get ready in the loadout screen for Paris. Obviously, it's not a question of whether or not Nort could do it. I think we all know that he could have. It just, the pressure of competing can make fools of us all.
Well said, indeed. Yeah, that is true, but yeah,
That's
That
Hitman
was-
for you. We're all
Yep.
getting to listen to some of Nort's unofficial third shoutcaster, some of his commentary there. Classic Nort rage. But yeah, Paris, Observer, looking at the player statistics, Observer's been here 17 times, 8 wins, 9 losses, with a personal best of 301, and Nort has been here a total of 20 times, 11 wins, 9 losses, with a personal best of 4 minutes and 48 seconds. It looks like these guys have never actually faced off against each other on Paris, so their debut duel here on Paris, and we'll see who takes the W.
Absolutely. It's makes sense. The map pick. I think T-Nort very much likes Paris and is one of Ops' weakest maps on the statistics, so I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to see what the spin will be.
Nort is a known Paris enjoyer. Let's see how they enjoy this. Viktor Novikov consumed poison as auction staff, and Dahlia Margolis falling object as palace staff. All right, well, not a super, consumed poison, obviously, people know what to do for that. You got to poison his drink at the bar. First, you have to grab the recipe for the bare knuckle boxer in the basement. And do you think we'll see them poison the drink and then run to grab auction staff? Or do it after, maybe buffering the auction staff disguise? I wouldn't think that would be necessary for this kill.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. It's an interesting spin because generally, first of all, Victor Consume Poison plays very different from all the other Paris spins, so that is in itself quite notable. But also, for most of the Consume Poison spins for Victor, because it takes quite a while, like nearly 4 minutes, even if you speed it up by skipping his conversation with Sato by activating the diorama. Even then, it takes quite a while. So after setting this up, you normally go up and kill Dahlia, and then grab the disguise for the Victor kill. In this case, you don't even need to head up to Dahlia, because it's one of the only kills that you can do without the fireworks, really, and without being up there. Because she walks under a chandelier back and forth that you can snipe from the gardens if you wanted to. So it's also an option for these players, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I almost never think of what the most optimal strat is, but as you pointed out, there's more than one falling object you could use for Dahlia, and I would just probably think to use the chandelier in the auction room, obviously, but as you say, that's not the only. They don't have to route around that, but it looks like both players are sort of similar pacing here, having created the drink and poisoned the drink. Observer opting to mess with that distraction that affects Sato. So not going to be doing the falling object in the auction room then.
Yeah, exactly. T-Nort gonna be doing the same. Falling object in the auction room is really only possible in the first 20 seconds of the map. So, because after her speech, she doesn't stand under it anymore. So what T-Nort is going to be doing is what I suggested earlier. He's going to wait for Dahlia to go back through this hallway and through this chandelier that he's eyeing. Which is, quite convenient from the spin, because you have a palace stuff anyway, because you need that for setting up the drink. So that's pretty nice if you can get this.
Yeah, but you only got one shot.
Oh, I did it too early. Oh no, that is really unfortunate. That sucks.
Just by a matter of a couple of steps.
Yeah. You don't want to miss it, but you also don't want to be too early, of course. That's even worse, arguably. So That is really unfortunate for T-Nort, because I think the strat would have been faster than what Observer is doing here.
Yeah, most likely.
God damn it, dude.
So Observer now has a huge advantage. Is he currently in the Palace Staff or the? He's still in the Palace Staff disguise.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. So he doesn't need an Auction Staff, but he did buffer an Auction Staff on the stairs. But I'm intrigued though, because Victor had like another minute until he dies, I think. But he does need to get back into that guy's at some point, and he won't have a falling object opportunity right away. So I'm not quite sure what Observer's plan is, because Victor will drink soon, and he's in the wrong disguise. So he needs. I hope he doesn't confuse the disguises.
200 fucking.
Yeah,
Or maybe
he's gotta start thinking of what he wants to do.
The one fucking map.
Yeah.
One spin that I
Because the disguises are identical, besides the color of the vest. So, in Instinct you couldn't even tell which one it is.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
red
In
vest or the blue
instinct
vest.
mode, you really can't.
should have made a save.
But I think he realized it now that he's like he needs to hurry up. And get
Victor's
this
at
disguise.
the bar. I'm pretty sure he's picking up the drink.
And of course, I fucking.
Yeah, not yet. He had this conversation, and now he's rounding, like going around, and then he's gonna pick up his drink.
Oh,
So it's gonna
okay.
be another 20 seconds or so until he dies. But you don't wanna, don't wanna be too late on these things for sure.
Definitely.
But I don't know what Observer's plan is yet for Dahlia. So I think T-Nort is not out yet, if he can get to this time.
So T-Nort's trying the same thing again.
Yeah, I have to be a bit careful, because getting a bit of whoosh here. Observer, Viktor Novikov did now drink poisoned bare knuckle boxer.
All right,
And T-Nort is waiting a bit longer this time. Oh, no, I don't think that hit. You gotta shoot again. You can shoot again. You can put a few shots into it, but...
Oh, come on, Nort.
Well, he's got spotted now, but... Yeah, Dahlia, because if you miss the shot, Dahlia is panicked and she's, just remains under it for like 5 seconds. So you can put a few shots into that.
Yeah.
The problem is, the pistol aim is not really that accurate. And if you are a controller, I assume that's going to be very difficult.
Oh, yeah.
And see, this is why Observer brought a sniper rifle, which I think is very smart.
Yeah, you definitely stand a better chance at shooting it with a sniper. Obviously, the problem being that you can't see as well the overall positioning of the target. You're looking through that narrow sniper scope. But that's a small trade-off to make. I feel like most people would probably prefer to use a sniper instead of a pistol.
For sure, yeah. So this is not the fastest strat from Observer, but as we saw from T-Nort, pistol slamming that, which I think is the fastest strategy, is quite tricky. So yeah, that is that might Observer the edge here. But Dahlia's cycle is not that short. It is quite short, but not that short. So he will have to wait until she comes back out here. Which, I think will be another half minute or so.
Sometimes the waiting is the hardest part.
Oh, for sure. That is true.
You can tell he's getting frustrated just by the way he's waving his camera around. He's like, come on, come on. The whole time you're waiting, your nerves are building as well. And you're wondering, like, is the cycle, like, proceeding as usual? Did something strange happen?
Almost certainly. And unfortunately, I thought she would be going back to the left now, but she's going again to the right. I thought she just came from the right, so there must be a conversation there or something. So
Yeah.
that is really unfortunate for Observer.
Yeah. I mean, he's in no real risk of losing here, obviously, because T-Nort still has a lot of work to do in front of him before he's anywhere close to being caught up. But, I suppose there's a chance of, missing the shot or something going wrong in the meantime, but not a big chance.
And of course, Observer doesn't know that he's ahead.
Right.
So, that is... look, T-Nort also bought a sniper rifle now.
Thank goodness.
So... Oh, but I think he's... Oh, very nice one. I thought Dahlia might have been gone too far already because he didn't really have it in the scope, but he timed it very nicely. Well done by T-Nort.
Beautifully done.
So But yeah, it's a great adaptation, but it's too little too late, because like T-Nort would have been quite fast here on the spin, but yeah, the 2 pistol snipe misses were just the deciding factor, so another map win for Observer.
GG's Observer on taking another W as we head into the third and potentially final map in this matchup. One of my favorites, Santa Fortuna. I feel like this is something of a divisive map among the community. Most people just not liking it simply due to how large it is and how much running around there is between the targets, which is a fair and valid position to hold. But in spite of that, I still think I don't think I've ever seen a Santa Fortuna spin that I didn't enjoy watching.
Oh, that's for sure. I think it's a great map to watch, because there's so much strat variety on this map, and yeah, it's never boring to watch. So that is for sure the case. But yeah, it's definitely people that don't enjoy playing it. I kind of warmed up a little bit to it, but I still don't like it too much for the reasons you mentioned. Because
Yeah.
I do think that I generally have some problems with the map design, that you have like this big fortress in the middle that you can't really go around very well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just unfortunate, because if you want to like go from the village to the coca fields, you have to go all the way around or through this compound.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally I think it would also be a better map if it would all be a bit more compressed, and you didn't have to run all that much.
But it is artfully designed, just not from a competitive perspective. It's just sort of frustrating to play on, which totally makes sense. And I am inclined to agree, because I've played spins on Santa Fortuna before, and I have my gripes with it for sure, but I never have gripes when I'm watching it.
Yeah, that is very much fair. But I think we're in for a good time,
Yeah.
as we are the viewers now.
Yes. Definitely one of the perks of being a shoutcaster. Looking at Observer stats here, has been here total of 15 times, 7 wins, 8 losses, with a personal best of 10 minutes and 16 seconds. And T-Nort been here a total of 9 times, 6 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. So on paper, it looks like Nort would be the stronger candidate here. But obviously, it depends so much on so many different things, and hopefully Nort can sort of just rally himself. Whenever you lose 2 maps back to back, it's easy to feel a little bit disheartened by that. But if you can, we see it all the time where we go into a 4-0, and that's just the start of the reverse sweep. So T-Nort may be down, but he's not out.
Absolutely. As you said, pretty impressive stats by Nort. Does have the slower personal best, but still, seems to be quite comfortable on this. But of course, it also very much depends on what the spin is.
Absolutely.
And we have for Rico Delgado a machete as a mentioned guard, for Jorge Franco, falling knife as a lead guard, and for Andrea Martinez, a cleaver, a Zippo Whisperer. Quite a stabby
yeah.
pair here.
Just thinking that 3 different varieties of bladed weapons.
Yeah.
And it would have been funny if there were 3 different guard disguises as well. Mansion Security is the only one that's missing from that spin to make it, 3 of a kind or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, definitely a stabby spin at a minimum. So seems like Observer's going to be going for a sub-crew start. Get Rico running down through the caves. That kind of makes sense. You're close to the Hippo Whisperer there, close to the coca fields, where you can grab a machete. Is it a machete or a cleaver that I'm thinking of in the one torture hut inside of the village? I think that might be a cleaver that's in there.
That is the cleaver, yeah.
Okay.
There's only one machete, which is in the coca fields.
Yeah, stuck into a tree.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, that's the aforementioned threat variety that we see here. Lots of different options how you can approach this. Like you can, in most spins you can have like an option of which target you want to approach first, from where do you want to do it. So here we also see that variety because Observer is right now clearing out this area from the substart, probably grabbing the Hippo Whisperer, and maybe even initiating Hippo Lure. I'm not sure, but probably.
He didn't. He shoot the submarine though. Does the Hippo lure override that?
Oh, you're right. He did shoot the submarine. No, yeah, then he doesn't even need to do the Hippo Lure, of course, because Rico will come anyway. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, all right. So, but yeah, this makes sense. And Nort obviously opting for the mansion, mansion staff start where you get Rico into the garage here. Going to use a toss distraction. And thinking where he's going to head next from this point. Maybe into the kitchen to grab a cleaver. That's a pretty close location to a cleaver.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is a bit too slow because around like 55 seconds the Scott will come in. So that is a restart for T-Nort. But yeah, it's that cleavers is that cleaver in the village, cleaver in the mansion. But then again, there's nothing wrong with knocking out Rico first of all and then coming back to him later.
Right.
You need a machete anyway, so why not?
May as well.
Yeah, and you can still. What Observer did, of course, is very nice. A chaining of getting that Rico isolation going, which I assume he placed like a snail or bubble gum for. I didn't see, but I assume as much. And so that Rico will knock himself out, and it chains very nicely here. If the cam boxes, which is he hasn't been spotted yet, but you kind of want to do that preemptively, just in case it happens, because other cam boxes than this one are not easy to come by.
Definitely not. Not unless you're traipsing down through the submarine caves, which, to be fair, that is where Observer started, but he's, doesn't want to have to go too deep in there to get that taken care of, so may as well do it while you're here.
Observer has brought a breacher for this door, because there's a folding knife in here. He has picked up the shotgun, which is not the item he wanted, but there we go now.
This is the only location where the folding knife is, right? Or is there one in the other brother? What's his name? The other cartel brother. I think there's a knife or it's a barber razor in his bathroom, maybe.
Yes, exactly. So Hector Delgado is the brother.
Yes.
And he has a barber razor, and this is the only folding knife on the map. So yeah.
Okay.
So you can either bring an item to get in there, like a lockpick or a breaching charge, and of course. There is an on-map key, but it's not that easy to grab. It's above the room. So, yeah, it definitely makes it easier to bring something to open that room to get the folding knife. And T-Nort got spotted trespassing by the Hippo Whisperer while trying to lure him. So it's going to be another restart for him.
What the fuck is he doing?
He's having a rough time with it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks. But hopefully he can get his footing going. Observer now has acquired a lead guard from there, has acquired the folding knife, so
yes,
has everything he needs for the Jorge kill.
And he's got some sort of a medic tool, I would presume.
I do assume so, yeah. Definitely has the loadout space for it. And if you assume correctly that he knocked out Rico from the soft start, or like let Rico knock himself out,
right?
Then he just has to grab the machete from the coca fields here and a mansion guard on the way, kind of. And so yeah, good routing by Observer.
Absolutely.
If he can hit the Seeker, this looks pretty good. But he missed the first. And has to grab machete and a guard on the way, which is not super trivial, but that should take less than that. Of course, had to exit from after killing Rico around the Hippo area, but takes another half a minute or so. But yeah, very possible.
Yeah.
Be a bit careful here. Wants to grab that key, but Can also do this from the outside, so there we go.
I didn't know you could grab that key from the outside. You learn something new every roulette match.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, pure. Need to like wedge yourself up on the stairs a little bit against the corner of these boxes and that wall. But so yeah, it's not not mechanically super easy. So that's why he tried to get it by going inside first. But if you don't want to take that risk, then that's a good option.
Yeah, because of course that's totally the one I would want.
So we're now trying. Just missed the chain lock because the door closed and had to open it again.
Oh goodness.
So now I have to either wait for Scar to finish his animation. Definitely doesn't want to get spotted by this guard, so that makes a lot of sense. We'll take his time here. I think that's a good decision.
These guys are doing everything they can to make sure he does not get out of here with a faster personal best than what he currently has.
Exactly, he does, but I like that Observer is taking it quite safe. No, like, a lot of players would have tried to rush that there, but yeah, kept his calm. And now that's really nothing in the way other than enforcers. So looking pretty good for him.
Yep, and obviously whatever he left there for Rico, whether it was a proximity concussion or the gum or whatever it was, worked, and yeah, he's looking real solid here. Just has to get the kill and then GTFO.
Exactly. And yeah, there's that kill. Very nicely done.
Probably gonna use his car.
Yes. So, I don't actually know if people get a personal best, but it's gonna be very close.
Absolutely.
Was, but not that it matters all too much. But of
I
course,
think
what
it. I
matters
think
is
it
gonna
will
be.
be. I think it will be a new personal record
Yeah.
for him, but maybe only by like a minute or so. But that's an improvement.
I think less so because it was 10 minutes and 16 seconds, and now it's gonna be 10 minutes and like 10 seconds, I assume. So it's gonna be a few.
Right. It's not necessarily in-game time, is it? It's
No, that's not in-game time. It's real time. Yeah.
real time. Okay.
So there we go. A new personal best by 3 seconds.
Hey, all you gotta do is shave off a couple seconds, and it still counts.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's even
Exactly.
1 second.
No, but yeah, no, well played from Observer on all 3 maps. No rips, I think.
None at all.
Yeah, great first attempt here that brought him the win because T-Nort had, I think, fast strats, especially in the first 2 maps, but just was not quite enough against because yeah, he had small rips and Observer just capitalized on that.
GG's, well played by both players, and congrats to Observer. And we might actually be able to raid over to Afro if that match is still going. It looks like they were tied up recently. So rather than spending too much time talking about the brackets and the upcoming matches, we may as well just raid directly over to Afro so we can see the rest of the match that she's currently in. So why don't we do that? And Afro can break down the current brackets and things like that after that match is finished up. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you over on Afro's channel. Thanks for joining me today, Yanini.
Thanks for having me. It was good fun.
Always a pleasure. All right, we'll see you on Afro's channel. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe out there. See you at the next one.